I'm going to talk about a handrail. One of the accent pieces I did, I believe it's like a hemlock, or I don't believe it's pine. I'm not sure. I think it's hemlock. So it's a piece of wood, solid piece of wood. They cut and did corners on it. It was installed. There's multiple options you can do with that thing, including painting it and staining it and some other things. The customer just wanted it stained. I took a Minwax Early American stain, and it's a quick dry stain. Brought it in here. The very first thing I did, I sanded it with my Ecosand 3x4 sander and an ultrafine sponge, half-inch sponge, and a handrail that's got contoured edges, routed edges. It's super fast, super easy to sand, with a 3x4 sander, plus it's hooked to my HEPA. You're not creating a lot of dust. I put it on my sawhorses, make sure I put down 2 cardboard shields down, so it would protect it while I'm sanding it, rolling it over and stuff, and any type of vibration wouldn't scratch it. So set it on there, sanded it pretty quick, and then I began the staining process. I used the conditioner first. So it's a soft wood. Any type of soft woods, hemlock and pine, are very notorious for being blotchy when you stain them, having dark spots and light spots all over them. Anytime you do any type of staining, you should use a conditioner first. So I brushed on a conditioner, on the entire handrail, then let that set for a while, let it set to penetrate. And the conditioner is kind of like, if you smell it, it smells like paint thinner, like mineral spirits. So it's kind of like saturating the wood before, and it's allowing the stain to not penetrate so deeply in other areas and not so deeply in other areas. It kind of just pre-saturates the wood with a chemical that makes it so you get an even stain. Now read the TDS or read the directions on your conditioner, because the conditioner, when you apply it, some give you specifications on when you need to apply your stain. So you want to make sure you apply it within that window of opportunity. Say if it was 8 hours, that you need to apply the stain, and you came back the next day, applied the stain, it's probably going to be blotchy. So you would need to recondition it. So I brushed on my conditioner, went off, was doing some other things, then I came back about an hour later, brushed on the stain. One of the things about the conditioner, it gives you a lot of working time with the stain. So I was able to brush the stain on the whole entire piece here, and then got a clean rag, wiped that whole thing off completely. I wiped it off completely, and then I'll let it set and dry according to specifications on the can, and then I took it outside to spray it with my Renner 2K Poly 851. Now I took it outside, and to spray it outside, I was using my Apollo Precision 6 HVLP sprayer. I could have sprayed it right here, but simultaneously I was working on this project right here also. I sprayed this thing twice. It was completely saturated with the product, scuff tough, and I was a little bit worried about the dust created by doing my handrail, that the dust would lift in the air and settle down on this and mess up that. So I took it outside, set it out in the sun where it would dry, just like fast. And so I was able to do, I think I actually did 5 coats on it. I think I did 4 coats on it, sanded in between coats with the ultrafine Ecosilk sponge just really quickly. It just felt like absolute glass and wasn't quite dry. Tried to move it into the garage too quickly. I set it down on some trim, and it rolled off the trim, and so had to take it back outside, re-sand it, and shoot it again. But it just came out absolutely perfect. So that's kind of what it looks like doing a handrail. I do like you have the options of using water-based products, urethane type products, lacquer type products, varnishes. To me, I don't like chemical type products that are flammable, so I don't like lacquers, especially. I don't want to work with anything flammable. I really like water-based products. I like water-based 2K polyurethanes, and specifically Renner 851, so that's what I shot it with. It dries as fast or faster than a lacquer. It sands as easy or easier than a lacquer, and then it's significantly more durable than a lacquer. So highly recommended Renner 2K Poly 851. So there's a little bit about talking about my process doing a wood handrailing that you'll probably run into on any type of house that has a second story.